Hello and welcome back to the East Coast America YouTube channel. Haven't uploaded in I think a week or two, but you know what? Fuck it. Who cares? New channel. You can do whatever the hell you want. This is just here to let my thoughts go out, and if anybody catches it, go ahead, comment against me, do whatever you want. So I've heard about this group called MGTOW, and I've known about it for a little bit. I'm not going to go into the details of really how and why it started yet. I'll go over that in the video a little bit. But MGTOW stands for Men Going Their Own Way. And even though they're, getting some progressive strides in what they want in their group, and I agree with it, there's a lot of shit that I just don't agree with the group, and it just suddenly is like untalked about. I think it's a lot of the time because when men start groups, they sort of have this like chauvinist, we're together, no one can fuck with us. And even people who do, they're like this fan base that will rip apart anybody who dares talk against MGTOW. So I'm gonna react to one video by this guy named Yorkshire MGTOW, and the video's titled is What to Expect from Marriage. I'm not saying that this video completely entails all of the ideologies of MGTOW, but it carries a lot of what I dislike about the group. So I'm not saying that if you're in MGTOW you necessarily agree with this video or even all the points it has, because I agree with some of the points it has. And I'm also going to be talking about it a little bit more rather than just showing the video, because I think that's a little bit of a decency of respect. The video will be in the description. You should go check it out. I'm not really going to show much, just a little bit of the beginning clips. It's an animated video with a guy narrating over it. So the video immediately starts with the narrator saying, "How does a man go from this to this?"
How does a man go from this to this?
And it's, a picture of a man being happily married, then to going to doing shit in the work. He looks like he's literally taking out shit from the fucking sewer grate. And I don't understand this, because a lot of the time MGTOW, they have this sort of chauvinist type to them, which is okay. I even have a little bit of that chauvinist personality to myself. I like to be a man. And it's sort of weird for them to say, look, we're happily married and now I'm doing all the outside work for her. But I get it. The picture shows more like the man doing all the work and the woman just doing nothing. It sort of looks like they're saying that the woman forced him to do it and now he has to do it. So I get it, but that doesn't really make any sense to me. Whatever. Okay, so this next part confuses me too. It's saying that when you enter a marriage, you don't really morally know the character of the person, especially after 1 year. And what these videos, a lot of what they come down to is men just being stupid dunces and pushovers. How the fuck don't you know or understand the moral character of somebody after a year? I get it, you're not going to learn everything about them, but why the hell are you going into a marriage after 1 year? I get that that's sort of normal to some people, but I think that's fucking crazy. There are people I've known for 10 years and I'm still learning shit about them. You don't go into a marriage after a year. The women would seriously have to be doing some Satan in the grass, Garden of Eden type shit to be able to trick me to go, look, this is my personality now, but when we get married, it's all gonna change. To me, it just seems like it's a failure of men being able to take control in their own life. I'm not saying that I know immediately what every woman is like and how they're going to act in the future, but I can see a lot of red flags before I, go further into the relationship. If you're willing to let the woman get away with shit and you're noticing all these red flags, well, I'm sorry, bro. That's your fucking fault for dating some dumb bitch who wants to control you. Okay, and I get why the MGTOW is sort of saying, like, let's get the fuck out of there. But a lot of these points that prove it just shows that men are fucking retarded. Just because you listen with your dick and go, wow, I want pussy tonight, so I'm gonna let her do whatever the hell I want. Whatever the hell she wants. I'm sorry. Stuttering idiot,
After about a year, you find that you'll begin to struggle to make conversation after you've found out everything about each other. This is because you have, intellectually, nothing in common.
Just like right here. You're telling me that after 1 year you've learned that you're not intellectually compatible with them? What the fuck were you doing with that 1 year? Fucking like rabbits, obviously. I mean, that's the only thing that must have been keeping you fucking going. If you don't understand that you're intellectually compatible with someone after 1 year, don't marry someone after 1 year, or maybe try to get to know people better instead of just doing this. Relationships in this generation are weird phone things. We don't fucking talk to each other. We're not exploring each other's minds. We're doing this like bullshit new wave of like, yeah, we're together. We're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend, and you know, we're not going to talk about serious things until we get married. Fucking dumb to me. Another issue I have with this whole MGTOW movement is the fact that marriage is the only part that's really making a credit to their movement. Of course, you know, I fucking hate when women have this ridiculous amount of power in courts to be able to fuck over men. I get it. But marriage doesn't just drop from the sky one day. You're deciding actively to get married, okay? And if you don't realize what kind of bitch this is, at the end of the day, I think that's your fault. Do I think that you should be punished and all your money should be ripped away? Hell no. I've heard some fucking horrible stories of my friends saying the exact same thing. I will fight for that part of the movement. All the legal aspects, we should be on equal grounds, okay? With an exception of few shit, you know? But at the end of the day, if you are too stupid, I'm going to keep repeating this. It's going to sound like a broken record. If you are too stupid to realize how much of a bitch, how much of a cunt this person is, that is your fault, my friend. Should women be like this? No. I've dated some really controlling, manipulative cunts, okay? And I fucking hated every aspect of it. And I get the whole, you know, trying to stick together and push through. But after a few fucking strikes, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You're not controlling my life. She can't do shit to you when you're her girlfriend. You break up with her, yeah, I know. Women can be fucking crazy, but take control of your fucking life. Be a man. Just because you're a fucking beta, it doesn't mean you gotta tell everybody else they should be going away from women. And look, here comes the part of the video where they're getting married. And he's even saying that the man is already starting to realize that the woman is just building up these red flags.
Suddenly you have lots to talk about planning your wedding. She will of course dominate all the planning and organising, and you will probably let her, reasoning that this is her big day. Only later, years later, do you realise that a man should never marry a woman who fantasises about a big, expensive and elaborate wedding. She will have been planning it for most of her life up to this point, including the types of flowers, the arrangement of the folded napkins, the menu and the clothes worn by the orchestra. It will typically be a display of one-upmanship over her friends, who you know she doesn't like because you've heard her complain about them so often. The big day arrives and you find that you've already been given a set of instructions by her about how to behave, what to say, how much time you spend talking to people, which people, how you should pose in photographs, how much you should drink, etc.
But what does he do? He gets married that night. You're not married until you're married. If you're picking up all this shit before marriage, don't jump into marriage. If she gets pissed off, if she wants to spend all this money on the marriage and you go, sorry, sweetie, I can't, and she bitches you out, you go, yeah, that's the end of this. You are obviously not an intellectual person. You're obviously not good enough to be around me. Get the hell out of here. So the rest of the video is going through the nitpicky details of the shitty parts of relationships, especially for men. Well, really in this video, only for men. And that's like going through a boring marriage. I mean, even though that's the fault of both sides, I don't know what the hell the man wants. A monkey fucking woman who juggles for him every night and he can sit down with a beer. No, I mean, okay. Financial troubles. Yeah, I get that. That's the only part I agree with. What else? There's being micromanaged and not being able to have freedom. But this whole marriage problem isn't just the women. The problem with this video and the problem with this whole discussion about marriage is it's a thing I like to call the mom and dad complex, okay? A lot of us who have a mom and dad, I mean all of us do, but who still have one together, they realize one thing in the marriage. It's never just one side, just like both of the sides purported out to be. It's always dad going, well, if she wasn't a bitch, if she didn't do this, and the woman going, well, if he wasn't such a fucking lazy idiot, and this and this. I'm not gonna trust one biased side. I never would. I need to understand both sides to be able to make a conclusion to go, yeah, this was either the woman's fault or the man's fault, but most of the time it's because both of y'all are not supposed to be together. And let's back it up for a second. To say that it's a woman's fault and a man's fault, I've never heard this type of shit going down in the 50s. And people will always say, yeah, it was different. It was better. But that's a societal issue. This is all a societal issue. Me being an atheist, I can even say that we've turned into a godless, moralist society. We're all materialistic and selfish. And of course this is going to come out in our marriages. Of course you're going to start seeing this more and more. Do I think that the best option is to just go away from the one sex? Not really. I mean, of course I'm not going to say don't do that or you can't do that. But I think it's pretty lazy. And I think it's also intellectually lazy for men to say that it's all women's fault. And if women would just, act up for you, it would be better. This is not me being some feminist defending women. This is me trying to argue against an intellectual bias. To just say that, yep, this is the problem, this is how it is, and if this wasn't here, everything would be fixed. We have to look deeper into the problem. Do I think women can be issues? Do I think women can cause issues? Fuck yeah, especially in court and all that. But don't give me this MGTOW. It pisses me off. Thank you. Like, comment, dislike. I don't give a fuck. Have fun. Have a good day.